Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give my honest thoughts on how that Kickstarter project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out the second most popular project on all of games and the second most popular project on all of Kickstarter. That is the Ares Expedition Discovery, Foundations, and Crisis. Continue the journey into Terraforming Mars with new content for the hit standalone game Ares Expedition. So there was an Ares Expedition spin-off card game to Terraforming Mars, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Never played the card game, but we're getting 3 brand new expansions right now, and I do like that this is crystal clear what's here. If you have the original base game, this is 3 brand new expansions. Presumably, I'm going to be able to get a bundle as well that's going to get me the Ares Expedition, everything that comes with that, and these new expansions as well. I'd still like to know the player length, the time count, the age, the mechanism, some more information here, especially considering funded in 26 minutes tells me nothing. Now, I do also like the fact that I can see the thickness of this box. That is nice, and I'm excited to click on this. As always, when you go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
We here at Nebu Labs know you have a choice when it comes to terraforming corporations. That's why we never stop innovating.
Building a home starts with the people who will live there. The houses we sleep in, the highways that connect us, the hospitals that care for us. These aren't luxuries. These are necessities.
People of Mars, our world is in crisis. This morning, October 3rd, 2375, a C-class asteroid of unprecedented size collided with comet C2214b1 and changed trajectory. Our only option is a race against time. We will do the impossible.
So I think we just saw the 3 expansions there, maybe?
With all new metrics and mechanisms.
Okay, so that's a very interesting approach there. It focused 100% on the theme, which I'm not typically the biggest fan of, but it was so different and weird and unique that I guess, like, I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, let me know what you think about that first 45 seconds. That was really interesting. I kind of liked it, especially considering this is an expansion to something that most people already know exists. This was a very big hit, just like a year or 2 ago.
The Ares Expedition expansion sets take your game
I like how it's showing the 3 boxes because we got 3 expansions. I'm seeing game trays. I want to see more of these components, hopefully.
play to a whole new level. In Discovery, you must achieve awards and reach new milestones. With new mechanisms for flexible gameplay, strategies, and even bigger payoffs. In Foundations, you can expand the game to include up to 6 players.
Yeah!
Leverage additional cards, components, and a brand new terraforming metric to engage a higher player count.
So I feel like that should immediately be on the marquee somewhere up there. The fact that now this goes up to 6 players, because really think about it. How many of our games, like our hobby game night style games, play 6 players? It's a very small number compared to, typical 2 to 4 player games. So I think that's something you shout out from the rooftops, being able to go up to 6 players. I know for me, that is a huge needle mover as a game night host.
In Crisis, you must work together to keep Mars habitable, as each round presents a new crisis for you to conquer. Terraforming Mars, the Ares Expedition expansion set. Back it today on Kickstarter.
I felt like that was a really solid Kickstarter video. I liked the personal first 45 seconds. I think it's going to be very hit or miss on whether or not you like that. But I did, and then I liked the description and showing me the components of what it was and what I'm buying. So presumably there are roughly 2 pledge levels here. There's the one where I get the expansion, and then there's the one where I get the game and the expansion. Let's see. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? I'm going to go with yes. It's Stronghold Games. We will go, as always, to check. And so we have Kira and ODN. So we do have some people in here doing the customer service. In hobby gaming, Stronghold Games continue to publish great games. Yeah, I don't even feel like I need to go here, but we will. Stronghold Games has made tons and tons and tons of games. Path of Light and Shadow Solstice, Ares Expedition. I know this one is out, so let's see if this one is out. I do believe it is. Let's see, status update, photos of the pre-production sample. Oh no, so they do have, it looks like 1 Kickstarter game outstanding, which, ooh, Dragon and Flagon, good. Did they make an expansion to that or something, sequel? Because that was such an interesting little game. Okay, anywho, can you do it? I feel comfortable with it. Howdy, Huckleberry. Oh my gosh, I just got rid of it. Okay, so this is where I stall for time. I say something, anything really, just dying right now. Just like I need something to start. Here we go. Popularity. Bam. Now back to the thing. So, can you do it? Yes. Ares Expedition Discovery. And do I want it? Yes. I feel like the video is well done. And I have not tried Ares Expedition. I love Terraforming Mars. I love the idea of a Terraforming Mars card game. It's just never one that I got to the table, that I never got, because I already have so many games that I need to play. Toasters. Oh my goodness. Watch my PSA about toasters. I was terrified when I emptied out my toaster today. Discovery. Awards, milestones, and more. Crisis full co-op model. And Foundations 5 to 6 players. This is so clean and clear, exactly what I'm buying. This project is for English language only. In the future, partners release the game in other languages. Now here's one thing I hope we see is the original box next to this box. That just seems kind of like a no-brainer to me, to give me an exact size of what this box is, especially for people who already have your original game. Oh my gosh, this is an awesome expansion. I'm very, very happy with it. Or better yet, why don't you have that, and then you can also have the original Terraforming Mars underneath it, so because everybody knows that size box. So, oh my gosh, this is an awesome expansion. I'm very happy with it. Hate that. Like, hate that. It tells me absolutely nothing except for that this Richard likes this game, which is great. And if Richard aligns with your taste, then you're much more likely to be inclined to like this game. But why? What did you like about the game? And once again, I don't put this on Richard. I put this on them for pulling that little snippet of the quote out. All right. So because I'm sure there's something more useful to consumers than just that. Hey, Jeremy. Large Kickstarter exclusive box, hold the base game and all 3 expansions. I love the fact that is right there on the marquee. $49 seems like a reasonable price. Includes a redesigned game board with larger spaces and Kickstarter exclusive card trays that fit sleeve cards. And yes, this is what I'm really happy to see, because if I recall correctly, and I could be recalling incorrectly, part of the thing, empty praise. Yes, that was very much empty praise. Part of the last, because I think I did the Ares Expedition the first time, and I felt like it was one of those ones where it's like, why do I back the Kickstarter now instead of waiting after the fact and getting this when it's in retail or wherever? And having things like redesigned game boards, larger spaces, and Kickstarter exclusive card trays that fit sleeve cards, like this is all stuff that moves the needle for me. It makes me say, all right, I'm going to pick this up now. Especially if I played the original, love the original, and the game board is like one of the things, like one of those things that I was like, because there's always games like that, like there's just one thing about this game that just annoys me, and they're essentially saying, hey, there was this thing, we fixed it, and Kickstarter exclusive, awesome. Ares Expedition Discovery, awards and milestone upgrades, phase cards, wild tags, and draft variant. That sounds hot. Show me the components. Once again, I'm pretty much like a $49 price tag. I'm not sweating the price tag at all. Full co-op mode for 1 to 4 players. Interesting. Doesn't go up to 6, but still 1 to 4. Excellent. Good to know. And that also has solo. Is that the first time that we've had solo in this series? Because if it is, I feel like this should really be spotlighted as well. A solo game mode. And now 1 to 6 players. Let's go there. 1 to 6 players. I think that's something we put on the marquee, and that's going to make me much more interested in the game. Or maybe mentioning on the outside, now it goes up to 6 players and down to a solo game. With a brand new co-op game board, redesigned with larger spaces, 85 crisis cards, 10 dummy player phase cards, cool. Ares Expedition Foundation, so this is the 3rd expansion. It looks great. This reminds me, no it doesn't. That's a terrible example. All cards are 310 GSM Black Core with linen finish. That sounds nice. Rule booklet preview, cool. I love the Crisis expansion. It's a ton of fun. Okay. Once again, okay, like, that's cool. That's what I'm hoping he would say, because I want this to be tons of fun, but why? What was so fun about the cooperative? Was working together? Was the different asymmetric powers? Was it the way something synergized? Like, what made that mode fun? Like, I want more info. So we have unlocks as well. So we do have something that's going to be generating buzz, generating excitement, coming back. So Nebu Labs, new corporation card added. You start with 25 MC. Okay. What does this promo label mean? This is nice and clean and clear. Promos are items that Kickstarter backers will get in their rewards and will not be included in the retail edition of Ares Expedition Discovery Foundation Crisis. Bingo, bango, bongo. Excellent. That's going to satisfy a huge percentage of the people who are who are going to be, a lot of people, and very loud, like, why should I back it now instead of just picking it up in the store? And this is how you do that. Promo cards. Like, even if it's just a promo pack, you want that promo pack. Like, you tell me you want to play this game without that orbital outpost? Hell no, I don't. Genetically modified vegetables, and we're getting new cards every single day, which means I'm going to want to come back. I'm going to want to come, maybe not every day, but every few days to see what's going on. Preview. These modules add so much more depth to the experience, although the cooperative crisis mode is one of the most what I'm most exciting about. So I do like the fact he mentioned it adds more depth to the game, which is good, more variability. And here we go. Let's get it to $49. Get these, but where's the one I want? Yeah, $89. I feel like that's a very reasonable price. And this box is slightly bigger, maybe? I don't know. So, base game, expansion, $89. Looks good. Playthrough, full playthrough, excellent. This is the cooperative one. Awesome. 3 straight gameplay videos. Love it. Great stuff. Add-ons. Shipping taxes are not included and will be calculated in the Pledge Manager because, oh yeah, we know you want that Terraforming Mars goodness, and its expansions will be available in the Pledge Manager. And this is what I love. Spotlighting this right from the start. This is great. Like, this gets me excited about their add-on section. Like, ooh. New expansion custom sleeves. Those are hot. Okay. 23 expansion metal resource cubes. If you want the upgrade. So I wonder if we are going to have a deluxeified upgrade here. Because that's kind of odd as well. If we have deluxe upgraded components, I wonder why there's not a 45.89 and the 129 or whatever it is. It just seems kind of odd. It's because that's typically what we see, but whatever. New Crisis Accessory Pack. Includes all the project cards playable with Crisis with unique card backs. Simplifies setup for playing Crisis. So this accessory pack contains duplicates of 213 project cards from Ares Expedition that are usable in Crisis mode, so that you can skip the separation step. See FAQ for more. If you would like to sleeve these cards, this is absolutely spectacular. Can we please make this the industry standard from now on? When you have something where most people are going to be like, I don't quite understand why I'd want to buy this, have something like this that clearly tells me what it is, and then I can go find more information in the FAQ. Kudos, Stronghold Games. That was really nice. Crisis Accessory Pass custom sleeves. The following add-ons are for the base game only. Look how clean and clear this is. Beautiful add-on section. Ares Expedition, the resource cubes. Ares Expedition, the dual-layer player board. Oh my, I want this in a... Ares Expedition Kickstarter promo cards. Yeah, I'm very surprised that there's not a big, fat pledge level where I'm getting all this. Like, if I just want to get every single piece of Ares Expedition that I could possibly get, that's not an option without me just going buck wild here in the... look at that playmat. Oh my gosh, it looks so insanely functional. That's beautiful. That is, and I got him a shout out because this is what it looks like in mid gameplay, and that's such an amazing shot to put there. Like, that looks so good. Terraforming Mars metal resource cubes. I feel like I've seen these quite a lot, but hey, whatevs. Keep seeing them. I actually have these. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my buddy Pete, he gave me this game and I gave him a different game, and his had these fancy cubes, and I think they're really nice cubes. If those are in fact the ones. New to Ares Expedition, a how to play video. Be still, my beating heart. I almost think this should be a little bit higher, but still fantastic. Maybe put that up with the rest of the gameplay video. I know you're trying to focus exclusively on the new expansion content, but for the people who are new here, which presumably I'm going to make a bold prediction is the majority of people who are now just jumping onto the Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition bandwagon, I think this is a very valuable video to convincing me to click. Because now I'm like, oh, I can play the original base game super easy, and then I can play it 5 to 6 players, like, because it's 26 minutes, and you know how to play. Love it. Shipping and taxes. Okay? Every backer is important to us. The backer is important to us, regardless of location. The reality is that shipping and sales tax are expensive, and I'm trying not to sneeze. To offset this cost for you, while remaining fiscally responsible, we have included a discount on all shipping and taxes. Shipping charges and taxes will be added after the Kickstarter campaign ends. Every backer is responsible for paying that. So $15, $18, I don't feel like that's unreasonable. What's that? Like a medium flat rate shipping box is around $18, which seems like what you'd have to do to ship something like this. And I'm sure they're shipping in a much more efficient way. But still, $18.29 was the information on the VAT. Want additional copies of Ares Expedition? So cool. They do like that they have this. So make the math easier. This is great. That's very functional. VAT. Please see the shipping and taxes chart below. For the EU, US, Canada, UK, and Australia, we have included applicable taxes. Your rewards will be sent duty-free from within your region. There will be no additional custom charge. We cannot guarantee customs friendly outside of the US, Canada, so there is no VAT. You're not getting jacked by the VAT in these countries. Wow. Should have also given the EU in euros. Agreed. Canada in Canadian bucks. Especially if you have just like one currency. Like just little things like that. I'm with you. wait, didn't it say in the beginning the 49 players had the base game? No, I don't think it has the base game. I think that's just for the expansion. I think it said it fit the base game. I think that's what it said it was. Which is, once again, fantastic information to know. So let's go take a look at these pledge levels here. So, no on the fence, no thank yous, just give us your money. $49. So 5,543 people are coming back to this Kickstarter because they loved this game so much. And that right there just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. 5,500 people in one day were like, I need to have this expansion. Now, let's see how well they did convincing the new people, because I predict that this more expensive pledge level is going to be higher, and now I'm a little bit concerned, because that's a really good number. Base of operations, 381. Wow, that's it? That's really surprising to me. Whoa. Like, chat, are you rocked right now? I was expecting that to be substantially higher, which means something they're doing is not bringing in new people. Wowzers. That is a really staggering difference there. So, that makes me look at this project in a whole new light. Like, so what am I looking... So, I will say, here's one thing. I don't feel like I was convinced at all that if I haven't played Ares Expedition... Like, I don't feel like you convinced me Ares Expedition in the first place was great. I think so many people have this game already. How many copies of Terraforming Mars are out there? Maybe a lot of people have a copy. I know, but still, like, this is... Like, $89, I think, is a great price point to jump into this game and have the base game and the expansion. You know, with decent shipping. Like, this one really is kind of surprising to me. I thought that would be substantially higher. And so there's the other thing. Like, how many Game of the Awards... So, yeah, let's just do this real quick. Board Game Geek Ares Expedition, because I always feel like the key to this is selling the original base game and why I have to get the original base game. Yeah, it's the number 223 game of all time. It's the number 141 strategy game ever. I've never played anything in this series. There is a lack of gameplay. They did have a lot of gameplay videos down there. But, like, actually learning how to play the game in the video, yeah, I would agree with that. Because, once again, we're going back, it was that weird 45-second video, which I kind of dug. And then it wasn't really digging into the gameplay. It was more exploring that. So I feel like they didn't really embrace the original game enough. Because, yeah, the fact that the expansion to the number 141 strategy game of all time with new upgraded Kickstarter exclusive board, it now goes up to 6 players. You know, a game night staple, infinite replayability. How many cards? So I feel like that's probably it for me. It just feels like maybe that second pledge level where you buy both this and that was not sold well enough, I guess. I'm just going to take that stab. Because I honestly thought this game was in the top 1,000, top 2,000, but the fact it's in like 112. 223, excuse me. That's still absolutely spectacular. But, okay. I'm just looking at it slightly different knowing those numbers. But let's check out the FAQ. Oh, it's beautifully organized. I do love that. Like Reload from Colossal Games. And, like the Ares Expedition expansion, I believe this is the best way to sort your pledge level. Because it's so easy. Will this be in Target like the last campaign? No, it will not. Wow. So... Did you talk about the fact they had previous expansion but are not part of the add-ons? I didn't know that. That's so weird. Why would the previous expansion not be part of the add? Like, that's why I'm saying it just seems so weird. There's not like the all-in whale pledge level. You're getting the playmat and everything else. That's so bizarre. I'm sure there's probably a reason why. Also, this was something that I would have potentially mentioned because I want to break the fourth wall here. I don't know if I actually do that, but I feel like people being extra super critical about the retail edition versus, you know, the Kickstarter edition is a relatively new trend. Like, just in, like, the last year or so. I think I've seen a lot more people complain about it, and that's why I tend to mention it a lot more, because people bring it up. But that's just... I would almost mention, oh, by the way, this is not going to come to Target. This one, if you want this, like, you need to back it, or, you know, I don't know. That's weird. Weird to me. Either way, this is doing great with the original backers of the game. And we're off. Thank you for a great start. So, 17 comments, 77 hearts. We're excited to have you and over 4,000 others with us as we enter the next phases of our mission to terraform Mars. We are launching into an age of discovery and building foundations that will withstand any crisis. We would not succeed without your support. Thank you. It should be no surprise that we are always in need of new corporations to invest in this endeavor and its future. Today we are proud to announce our newest corporation supporter, Naboo Labs. So this is, we have an upgraded phase card, you ask? Great question. Upgraded phase cards function the same. So now we're talking a little bit about the gameplay. Let's raise the temperature. Okay. So you're talking at me. It's a very informative one. Very surprised that they don't address the elephant in the room and provide some sort of dual-layer center board. Is that an elephant in the room? I did not know. Apparently it is. Yeah, you're right. They didn't push the base game enough. Bit of a misstep. I agree. Like this game is so good. Like a top 200 game when there's like 60,000 games ranked. That's amazing. Like that's like. I've addressed in the comments many times, the board is double-sided and has redesigned spaces to fit everything better. It's not planned to be dual-layered, though. It's been addressed, we're just not getting the answer we hope for. Well, I hope that you treat their backers better than the last Kickstarter, or they're going to ship to Target again first, despite saying they need... Oh, did that happen? I wonder if that was only certain backers, but owie. The backers support. I do not trust them at all, not after their last stunt, but I guess we will have to see what they do this time, won't we? To refresh your memory of what happened with their last Kickstarter, Stronghold ran a reasonable campaign, complete with estimated delivery schedules for backers. Stronghold was also, I feel like that's emphasis, able to contract with Target for retail sales with a very specific release date. If it weren't for the international shipping crisis that was precipitated by an unprecedented pandemic, that was a lot of P's, the campaign backers would have received their enhanced copies of the game before the release to Target. Instead, Stronghold release schedule gets buggered to hell through no fault of their own. And that's why I kind of said I was wondering if that was like international backers more. Because, and here's the bottom line. As much as you might want to like crush on Stronghold Games, put yourself in that position. Are you gonna want to stir the pot with Target and be like, hey, yeah, Target, you think we could do something different? Like, come on, it's freaking Target. You got a gun to your head. You're not like, okay. So I'm going to side with them on them. I guess based on what little I've heard. I have no complaints about the Ares Kickstarter. I love my game. Received it nice and quickly. Was very satisfied. I love this game almost as much as the original. So this is a weird Kickstarter section. Feels a lot more like venting than I thought that was the comment section, but that was actually the updates. Nobody's really talking about much of this. They're just venting, it looks like. COVID has made logistics, especially in this industry, so weird. It really has. And Kickstarter already had terrible shipping delays. Like, before the pandemic. For those of you who might have been newer into the hobby, Kickstarter already was notorious for, like, super duper long delays. So you can imagine what the pandemic and the Suez Canal, when that boat got jammed in there, like, all that sort of craziness happened. There's a lot of revenge-fueled negative reviews on BGGs for these expansions, too. Man, that's so weird to me. Like, because I get it. As someone who's been in the industry for 10 years, there's some companies that I'm just like, I'm not the biggest fan of this company for a reason X, Y, or Z, which I won't go into. But I'm not going to actively try and sabotage their game or root against their game because that's just, like, why? Like, the hobby's, I don't know. The demands of some backers are ridiculous. Ask a question. If you don't like the answer, cancel your pledge and move on. Can Crisis be played with 5 to 6 players? No, it cannot. Can I use Discovery with 5 to 6 players with Crisis? If not for any of these questions, why? Please and thank you. From my understanding, Crisis is 4 players only. At this point, it has to be with balancing of the Crisis deck. And so, yeah, they're popping in here. That's what I want to see. Collaborator, Kira's in there doing a great job. Stronghold's in there. Customer service-wise, I'm not super concerned, but I will say that is a bit concerning. Anytime that the game comes out before you get it as a Kickstarter backer, I mean, you can understand. Like, that's very understandable. But final grade on Ares Expedition. Do I want it? Yes, but I'm trying to wipe away my bias here. Terraforming Mars is one of my favorite games of all time. I love card games. And the card play on Terraforming Mars specifically is what I love. I don't give a dang about the board. I neglect the board. I love the cards. I love exploring. I love getting those huge expensive cards. I love strategies that seldom win. Okay, so this the idea of this game really, really does appeal to me. But I'm trying to like peel that layer back and just come at this from maybe someone who's never played Terraforming Mars. And I think, I really spotlight what I didn't even notice at first, which was that there was no real attempt to, like, tell me how great the original Terraforming Mars was. There were superfluous quotes. There was a nice-looking box in the shots, and this all looks good. Like, component-wise, this all looks good. But as someone who's never played Terraforming Mars or the card game potentially, and I played Terraforming Mars obviously. It's just like, this is like, where's the gameplay here of the original game? And there's gameplay videos. So yeah, I do think that might be something that's turning newer people off. And like me, like Huckleberry. And so I think that's part of the reason why we see this huge difference from 5,552 people saying this game is absolutely freaking amazing. I need this expansion day one, because this has only been up for one day. And then 381 backers taking the big whale, which is this top 220 board game of all time with an expansion that adds 5 to 6 players in a cooperative game mode and more variability. That's like selling candy to a baby. You might have said that earlier. The original will be available in the Pledge Manager. So, in the end, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? I feel like the price is pretty solid. I guess I'm going to give this one a B minus, I think. I think that's about the grade, because it's just really the spotlight focus on the game. No, I don't know, because as someone who is a fan of Terraforming Mars, which I feel like is a huge, I'm going to go with a B on this. I do feel like that was definitely a misstep not to embrace the original game a little bit more. And that first 45 seconds, I think, of the video is going to be very hit or miss. I personally really liked it, and it was like, whoa, what's going on? It's so weird that it drew me in, but I could see that equally drawing people out. And if they're not already a fan of the original Ares Expedition and the video is a little bit of a turnoff to them, I could definitely see them not clicking on it. I'm going to go with a B on this one. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one. This is a really interesting one. Ares Expedition, Discovery, Foundation, Crisis. I will say, though, I feel like they did a great job of making me feel like I needed to get this, whereas the original Ares Expedition was not as much. Agreed. B, no wow, but solid. Let me know what your final grade is in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed this content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, celebrate my 10-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Bye-bye.